Okay, so this is week 6 of the Apex Research Scholar Program, and this week will be the Virtual Research Symposium. And this is where you will present your work to the world or just the people we have here. So the symposium is the final session of the program where you'll present your research to your peers and mentors, just like real researchers share their work at academic conferences. So first you will present where you will share your research poster and key findings in a live virtual session. Then you will defend your research, where you will answer questions from mentors, peers, and guests. And then finally, you can be proud of yourself and get a certificate of recognition. So, how to present your poster? First, state your question, then explain your methods, then share your key findings, explain why your research matters. That means connecting your findings to real-world impact or a broader question or field. And then finally, acknowledge limitations of your project, such as what would you do differently? How could you have made it better? And what still can be answered. So, writing a strong conclusion, this is stating what your study contributes and what should happen next. So first, restate your question and method. So, for example, this study examined the correlation between daily social media use and sleep quality in 87 middle school students. Then state the key finding in plain language. For example, results show a moderate negative correlation, strongest amongst students using 5+ hours daily. Then explain the significance of your findings. For example, school wellness programs may benefit from structured guidance on evening device use. 4. Acknowledge limitations, such as the study relied on self-reported data, so it may not be objective, and that objective monitoring would improve accuracy. And finally, you can suggest future research that you might do. For example, a longitudinal study with actigraphy measured sleep data would strengthen these findings. So, how to handle questions with confidence. So, when somebody asks you a question about your research, just to dig deeper into it or try to find gaps in your research, if you know the answer, state it clearly and cite your data if possible. If you are unsure of the answer, make an educated guess based on your data. But if you really don't know, say how you could explore it in the future. And then finally, you can clarify the question. Ask them to clarify your question. And remember, it is okay to not have all the answers because researchers often don't know a lot still, and they're honest about it. So in this program, you accomplished an independent research project, a research poster, you collaborated with a mentor across 6 weeks, and you learned the real research workflow, and then you can get a certificate at the end. So congratulations, you guys should be proud of yourselves, and we can get on with the actual presentations.
So my track was literary and psychology, and my question was, how does reading daily affect daily habits such as phone use and schedule and time management of children? So I found that reading daily encourages routines and reduces time on screens and also improves focus in children ages 6 to 9, as this is usually the peak of reading for kids.
All right, so did you, what method did you use to collect data or find information?
I went and just found some sources and I used some of those.
Okay. And what did you find from that data or information?
Reading daily can have many benefits for children.
Okay, did you find like any specific benefits?
It can encourage routines and
Okay.
reduce time on screens because there's less time to go on screens if you're reading.
Oh yeah, I see. Oh, you already said that. Okay. So, um, why does your research matter? So, like connect it to real world impact or a broader like meaning.
It matters because maybe you can encourage more kids to read more.
Mm-hmm. So, hmm, could this research help like what specific types of people could this research help?
Um, well, children, so they can improve their focus, and also parents, so they can find something for their kid to do.
Yeah. Do you think schools would could put this information to use?
Yes, I think they could maybe encourage like more library days where the class goes to the library and just encourage reading overall.
Yeah, nice. Okay. What are some limitations of your research?
Um, some limitations are that it mostly affects children from ages 6 to 9 because there's been because it has been found that children kind of don't read a lot more when they're like over 9 years old, and of course they have to learn to read first, so they can't do it while they're really young.
Mm. So are you saying that like this your research would only be helpful for kids that age?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good limitation that you pointed out. Okay, so um for your conclusion, um what's the main takeaway and what do you think should happen next or in the future?
That reading daily has a lot of benefits, and children should take it up more than looking at their phone every day. And I hope that like adults and teachers promote reading for kids.
Yeah. So do you think eh, there are ways to improve your research or different types of research you could do in the future to strengthen your findings?
Yes. Like maybe including the other age groups that don't just range from 3 years.
Okay, yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
Yay.
Okay, so my question was, how does brand loyalty influence purchasing behavior among customers in the fashion industry? And I found that customers with higher brand loyalty for a certain brand or a certain company they usually repeat purchase more, which means that they buy from the same company, often and even though no matter the price. And in the fashion industry, most people know a lot about like the famous brands and they believe that it is good and they have a lot of loyalty towards it. So they will buy from that one company more.
I see.
And then my research, I found some sources online. Um, yeah.
So that's your methods, like that's where you found data or information?
Yeah.
Okay. So what findings did you find?
People with higher loyalty are more likely to purchase the same or similar product again from the same, like the brand that they're loyal to.
Okay. Did you do any like quantitative analysis on this? Like did you find like any percentages or anything or you just like or it's what is it all
Here for
called?
my research, I found that um, uh, purchasing behavior also depends a lot on the customer's conditions. So, like for example, if they earn more, then they'll be loyal to a brand for a longer time. And they, if the, wait, sorry, and the people who uh have less income, they usually aren't as loyal to one brand for a long time.
I see. Yeah, that's cool. So based on your research, you found like different patterns and it's not just like, oh, customer loyalty affects their purchasing, but there's also other factors as well.
Yes.
That's cool. Okay, so then how would your research be helpful?
This data can help brands and companies find better ways to promote their product and find strategies that will help them retain more customers and build loyalty among them so that they can keep supporting their business.
Yeah, nice. Good job. Okay. So then finally, do you see any limitations with your research?
My research is only within the fashion industry, but I feel like this can be applied to pretty much all industries.
I see. Do you think that like it would be more prevalent in the fashion industry than other industries?
Yes, because like in the modern day, there's usually a lot of trends that change every so often. So sometimes it's hard for people to stay loyal to one brand.
I see. Okay, so for your conclusion, do you have any suggestions on how you could further your research to make your findings better?
I think I can find more data and research specifically on the fashion industry. Some of the sources I found were just like kind of generalized, but I feel like the concept is still the same, but I can definitely do that.
Okay, nice. Yay, good job.
Thank you.
Okay, so I guess I did Q&A with y'all's projects while y'all presented, but I guess we can do more Q&A. I guess my first question is why did you choose your topic?
I chose my topic because I personally really like reading and I thought it would just be an interesting topic to research.
Okay, I see. So, would you think that like the topic that you're studying, like how it affects those specific two daily habits, do you think you're curious about that for your own life? Like, is this
Like
applicable to your own life? Like, do you see like if you like reading a lot?
I used to read like especially a lot when I was younger, and I definitely spent less time on screens then because there wasn't a lot of time for that if I was reading a lot.
I see. And then how did you find that like the peak of reading for kids is 6 to 9?
The sources
Oh,
and
oh yeah, okay. Hmm. So, if you read a lot when you were younger, would you say that that helped your daily habits?
mm, kind of like so it did reduce my time on screens and it improved my focus and it helped me to learn a lot of things.
I see. So it had like a lot of benefits besides the ones that you focused on.
Yes.
Nice. Mm, I guess I'll move on to some feedback. I like how um you were able to make a connection between like something that you like doing and then being able to research something about it.
Thank you.
And then you did a good job of finding like sources to make your like question and findings more specific. And I know that the program didn't really give y'all enough time, but I think you could try to go deeper into finding information and maybe, if possible, find like data um and do like quantitative analysis on it, even though that's like pretty advanced. So you would like you could
I
like
think
there's like you can do some math with statistics to find like patterns. That would be something that's cool to do. And that way your data has like n real concrete numbers that support it. And yeah. Okay.
thank you.
Um, why did you choose your topic?
I chose my topic because I'm thinking about getting into business when I'm older or something like that. And I noticed a lot that, like, for example, some really famous people, they often have do sponsorships for things, and that changes trends a lot. And then I was just wondering how that can affect like businesses and brand loyalty.
Wow, cool. So you guys both just thought of something that you guys like or are interested in and then like thought about a question that would be relevant. Nice. So why did you choose the fashion industry specifically?
I feel like the fashion industry is the most impacted. Um, like the businesses in fashion industry, I feel like are influenced the most by brand loyalty because they often, for example, like they make new products or they start selling similar things. So then I was um I was just wondering like how they can maintain brand loyalty even though their products change every single time, like every once in a while.
I see. So maybe you could do like background research to find really like which industry is the most impacted, and that could like make your research stronger.
Yeah, that's good.
So did you have like more specific findings on like like I know you said that consumer income can affect how loyal they are, but did you have anything more specific on um like how strongly brand loyalty influenced the purchasing behavior in the customers?
Brand loyal customers with more brand loyalty, they usually will purchase more often and more consistently from that brand.
Okay, so more often and more consistently.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, you did a really good job of yeah, making a specific research question and um outlining your future paper and in your paragraphs citing your sources. That's good, I see. Yeah, so good job to both of you. And I
Thank
hope you guys can like will use this as a learning experience or continue your project even further if you want. But yeah, that's the end of the Apex Research Scholar Program. And yeah, do you have like feedback to give them?
Yeah, I just want to say that you guys both did really well because we had like a bunch of students in the beginning, and you guys were the only ones who actually like stayed till the end. And it looks like you also completed the research poster and did everything that you were supposed to do. So one question is like, how did you guys feel about the program and like the structure of it and the mentors as well?
I feel like the mentors were really helpful. Um, I had some who helped me find some sources and gave me a lot of feedback. So, I like that about the program.
I feel
No.
like there wasn't like enough time for the project to be finished though.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, like real research in the real world takes like a long, long time. And but it's just like we have like limited resources and we just want to get y'all introduced into the topic. So we thought 6 weeks would be fine, but yeah, it was unrealistic. But you guys did really good with the amount of time allotted. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask, um, what what challenges did y'all have when researching, like besides the time constraint?
I feel like it was sometimes hard to find sources for like something really specific. I think we had to make our question really specific, something like that, but I feel like it was just kind of hard to find sources for that specific of a topic.
Definitely. Yeah, so a lot of times in real research, researchers will just have to go out and like make their own data, like from surveys or run their own experiments, to find the information. And there might not be that many sources. And sources are often just supposed to like inform you about like the general information that's in the field already. So yeah, that's a good point.